whodunit is a bit of a kind of graphic description there, really, isn't it? So I don't know, strictly speaking, I don't think the police were involved, so it wasn't that kind of whodunit exactly, and obviously she done it.
I remember there's a great sequence where Michelle made a phone call, and then there was all these different characters, and it would cut to them and they were all picking up the phone at exactly the same time.
Queen Vic.
Hello.
How are you?
As well as can be expected.
You know, you were going, who's she speaking to and who is it?
And then you see the suspects putting their phones down, which is slightly coincidental, but, you know, you buy it because it's fun. And then they all seem to be going somewhere.
I just remember being glued to the screen, waiting to see whose legs were going to get out the car, because we knew these legs would belong to the father.
And then finally, the car door opens.
And then Rolly jumped out and you went, oh my lord, that's wrong. Oh God, it's Rolly. Oh no, it's Dirty Dan. It was absolute classic soap moment.
And we just screamed. We absolutely, no, my God, because you knew Den was a badass.
The surprise is blissful and joyous when it happens.
I'm sorry I had to call you.
It's okay. You did the right thing.
You know, if you're talking about whodunits, that's absolutely perfect, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Look, this sounds callous, but I'm going to put my cards on the table. I'm not about to divorce Ange, and I'm not going to get down on one knee and propose marriage.
When we discovered that Den was the dad of Michelle's baby, that was the moment that the phrase Dirty Den was born.
You just went, oh, you dirty Den.
It was dirty from day one, really, but getting a 16-year-old girl pregnant, you know, on the floor, the Vic, after hours, is, you know, a pretty shady thing to do.
When it comes to paternity in EastEnders, it's never plain sailing, and king of kiddie conundrums is Mr. Beale.
Thought we could talk about the baby.
Baby?
Yeah.
Well, we haven't really talked about names yet.
Laura's pregnancy was a very convoluted story and a bit of a surprise.
You can name it after the father.
Ian.
No. I said the father.
When Ian found out that Laura was pregnant, he knew that it couldn't be his because he'd gone and secretly had a vasectomy because he didn't want any more kids behind her back in a really respectful way to their marriage.
Now, who was it who got you pregnant?
Ian, you are the father!
I had a vasectomy 5 months ago.
What?
I think this brought out Ian in his true colours. He believed that she cheated on him. She had, actually.
It was one drunken night.
Was he drunk as well? Or did he just put a bag over your head?
And he sort of threw her out on New Year's Eve, callously dumped her and stole all her money, and we suspected he probably never loved her all along.
Ian, in a very EastEnders fashion, stood up in the pub and raised a toast to the baby, to Laura, and of course to the baby's father.
Will you join me in raising your glasses to the proud father-to-be?
You could tell old Beale loved it. There's your revenge.
Congratulations, Gary.
Of course, the hilarious twist on the baby Bobby storyline is that after he was born, it turned out that he was Ian's.
I thought, Ian's had the operation, so that's that. No way he could get anyone pregnant. One of the nurses put me straight on that one.
Because even though Ian had this vasectomy, we really don't want to think about the details too much. Somehow it kind of hadn't worked.
See, it's possible to remain fertile for some months after the operation. It's only after the second test comes back negative that you'd get the all clear from us.
Well, it is typical, isn't it? We need to take a blood test to find out that the father was, in fact, Ian Beale.
If Bobby is A, then he had to inherit it from a parent.
Yeah, but me and Laura are both O.
Beale, you great big pillock. Can't you read the instructions on the vasectomy booklet? Wait 6 weeks.
I know, there's 1,000,001 things I should have done better, but I didn't, did I?
Laura actually kept the secret right up until the day of her death. And of course, one of the things that was found after she died was a letter that she'd been writing to Ian to go, actually, you are the daddy.
Ian was undone by the fact that he wasn't firing blanks, and it was real ammo that did for another East End legend. Back in 2001, a storyline gripped the nation with the simple question, who shot Phil Mitchell?
This was an absolutely fantastic whodunit, because I remember watching this at home. Nobody knew who had shot Phil Mitchell.
Doing Who Shot Phil was brilliant. It was one of the most exciting times I've ever experienced on the programme.
It was Who Shot JR, but it was done in a British way, and I thought it was better.
I just wanted to kill him. It was only thought going from my head. I just wanted to kill him.
If he carries on drinking, he'll kill himself.
what we realised we had to do is we had to get him to really upset 5 different people. And actually, it wasn't that hard.
There were a lot of people who hated him.
Oh, he was a nasty piece of work.
There's something about Phil that could be quite menacing.
Phil was just on one at that time in his life. He was back on the drink. He didn't give a monkeys about anyone.
He was a pig. He was a thug.
Psychologically, I think he used to wind people up.
Bad to the bone. Bad to the bone.
You hit
Bad to the bone.
Even though it wasn't the first time someone had been shot on EastEnders, it was oddly shocking to have Phil Mitchell shot on his doorstep like that.
I know who you are. The next time I see you, I'm going to turn your backsides.
I just remember him being on the stairs of what is now Max and Tanya's, or Jack and Tanya's. And he falls up against the door frame and just collapses into a heap.
I know that Phil Mitchell was shot on my steps, wasn't he? Was it number 5? Because I remember when I arrived, one of the main pillars at the bottom was made out of fiberglass or something a little bit, you know, less harmful. And they said, oh, that's from when they shot Phil, so he could roll down the steps.
I remember watching it, and then you see Phil get shot, and he fell down the stairs, and it was like that blurred thing, and you just thought, that's amazing.
With Phil lying in a pool of blood outside number 5 Albert Square, there was no shortage of potential perpetrators for the TV crime of the century.
The main suspects were Dan Sullivan, who he'd had some conflict in the ownership of the pub.
You're going to regret it.
There was Mark Fowler, who was deeply, deeply in love with Lisa, so we couldn't do anything to protect her and get her away from Phil.
What has she ever seen him, eh? What did my mother ever seen him? He's powerful. Women are supposed to like that.
Lisa Fowler, of course, she'd been treated appallingly by Phil Mitchell. They just had an argument. She wanted him dead.
Steve Owen, Phil had slept with Mel, who was Steve's bride, on that particular day, and Steve had found out, meant there certainly was a certain motive for revenge there.
Admit just one thing, that you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, that do you? I think when that happened, it opened a whole can of worms of what then was going to happen between Phil and Steve.
I know exactly what I'm going to do.
And Ian, who there's been a rivalry for like 15 years between those two.
Well, come on, Ian. That's just the excuse I need.
Everybody wanted to shoot Phil Mitchell. I wanted to shoot Phil Mitchell. He was such a bad boy.
All the players had the motive to want to get this demon out of their lives. They'd almost become unscrewed enough themselves to take that step to just to shut him up.
It was great, you know, it was like the perfect Agatha Christie novel, and that's what you're after. You're after murder on the Orient Express, and everyone has a motive, and you're laughing then.
With a frenzy of intrigue leaving the nation with their head in their hands, the producers went to amazing lengths to keep Phil's assailant secret.
We forged scripts, we shot false scenes, we lied to our closest friends. I lied to my boss, we lied to the newspapers.
We were told that, you know, the murderer would know, because they were the only person that could know. So never mind the rest of the country watching it, just between us as actors, we looked at each other thinking, you know, who knows, is it you, is it me?
The secret really was a secret. Nobody knew, outside of a handful of people who actually shot Phil Mitchell.
There was a kind of frenzy of anticipation as to who had done it.
I think there was 50,000 bets were placed at the bookies.
I always wondered why the storyliners and directors and the people that knew didn't just go to the bookies and put a big bet on, or at least tell their brother to do it. That's what I'd have done if I'd have known.
The writers got their laptop stolen, 22 million were tuning in for the day to find out who was it, who had the gun.
Everywhere you went, people would be asking you who shot Phil.